Hi, I'm Eric Valenci. Welcome to InSeam. Welcome to InSeam. Today we're going to go up to Harlem and meet Nicole Romano, a very talented designer who works in multiple disciplines, both a jewelry designer and a ready-to-wear designer. She's got a great studio. I can't wait to see what she's up to.
My name is Nicole Romano. I am a fashion designer and jewelry designer in New York. What made me become a fashion designer was from a very young age. I would sketch things that I liked, that I saw, clothing, designers, and it really didn't make any sense. And as I got older, started really putting a lot more thought into it. I moved to New York around 2002, and I worked for a fashion show production company, which is really how I met Patricia Field and how things started happening for me. Patricia Field is the costume and wardrobe stylist for Sex and the City. I met Patricia Field right when I first came to New York. I was doing my senior year internship for Nicole Miller. And really because of that, I met a lot of people in the industry. I was able to work for a fashion show production company during Fashion Week, which was an amazing experience. I was backstage at Betsy Johnson, Jeremy Scott, Luella Bartley, Vivian Tam, really amazing shows. So I met a lot of people backstage, and I was literally just out of school. I introduced myself to her. I told her I was a designer. I was wearing some of my things, and we ended up, I contacted her, and we made an appointment to meet at her store. And I spread everything out for her while she was getting her hair done in the back, and she picked out things at that moment for her store, which was my first retail sale, for Sex and the City, and for her personal wardrobe. She wore one of my dresses shortly after that in a Vogue interview, and mentioned my name, that she was wearing a dress of mine. I have my fashion line, my ready-to-wear line, and I have a handmade jewelry line. They're both very different, and I went to school for fashion design. I was trained in fashion design. The jewelry line started happening just by me collecting things I would find. One of the first things I made was a Cadillac key earring that was literally like those old-fashioned metal keys that, that don't have a remote control or anything, just a piece of metal you stick into your car and turn. I made them into earrings for Alicia Keys. I kept going with that. It started growing and developing. It was doing just as well as the women's wear line. During Fashion Week, basically you are debuting your collection to hundreds of people, whether they're seeing the line in person or they're seeing it through images or on television. It's basically, you're putting yourself out there, your creation out there in front of everybody. So you want it to be perfect, and I personally don't stop at all to make it, I do whatever I can to make it the most powerful presentation I can possibly make it. It's a nightmare in a good way. Crying is definitely a factor during Fashion Week, I think. I have no idea how this goes. Okay, all right, hold on. I think you have it. For me, I put so much of my heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into it that it's a very intense time.
Brought to you by Cotton, the fabric of our lives.